Getty five-star politician Fabio Castaldo has said his potential coalition will protect UK post-Brexit. Five-star was close to forming a coalition government in Rome with anti-migrant, far-right party Lega, but their plans were derailed. When Giuseppe Conte, who was named to be the coalition government's next prime minister, resigned on Sunday after he failed to receive backing from the Italian president over his choices for his cabinet. Mr. Conte resigned after Sergio Mattarella, the president of Italy, blocked the choice of economy minister. The veto from the president brought Mr. Conte to give up on efforts to form a government, a presidential official told Reuters. The government vetoed 81-year-old Paolo Savona, who once described the single euro currency as a German cage. Speaking to The Telegraph, Mr. Castaldo said a future Italian government will shield Britain from any attempt by the EU to take revenge for Brexit after the five-star movement triumphs in fresh elections triggered by the presidential veto of its choice of economy minister. Of the next elections, Mr. Castaldo predicted that the five-star movement would form a large part of the new Italian government. We will come back stronger in the next elections, form a government and start our fight the EU reforms that are needed for our citizens. With this decision, Mattarella has unfairly denied the result of the last free elections. We will stand up for our democracy. Mr. Castaldo said the UK's decision to pursue Brexit was also a matter of respect for democracy. We will try to do our best to bring political pressure so that the process will be fair and there will be no attempt for any kind of punishment of the UK. This is an attitude we will not tolerate. Five-star leader Luigi Di Maio called for Mr. Mattarella's impeachment following the decision. Mr. Castaldo warned Brussels from getting involved in the complex issue of Italian politics, vowed that the future government would force the EU to the negotiating table over reforms to the bloc's fiscal rules. He said, "We do not accept any veto or internal interference from European partners. They would be considered hostile acts. It is true we have a huge public debt of 2,300 billion euros. But a huge debt cuts both ways." Going on, he hinted that Italy, Europe's fourth biggest economy, would withstand the Brussels tide. Italy is too big to fail. If there was to be a huge economic crisis in Italy, even the survival of the Eurozone would be called into question. Our approach to the EU will be critical in some aspects but still constructive. But I warned the partners that we want to see the same seriousness and the same openness and respect from them. This is an asymmetric monetary union in which there are the winners and the losers. The actual status quo is giving more benefits to Germany and to those countries that are still violating the EU's fiscal rules, such as France. The Italian five-star movement has previously called for Italy to hold a referendum on leaving the euro. We consider the idea of a referendum as the equivalent of a nuclear weapon. We know that it exists as a possibility, but it is not our intention to use that.